DreamHack has been around for 25 years, and today DreamHack is the world's largest computer festival. I want to share some of our insights and learnings throughout these years. I'm Tomas Lyckedal, and this is my ROG Masters Talk. So I started my journey as a Counter-Strike player. I played on top level in Sweden, realized that I was not good enough, starting to managing teams, been a manager of NIP, MTW and a few other professional teams. I went to my first DreamHack 99. I think I was 14 years old or something like this. Went with 4 friends to Borlänge up in the north of Sweden before we moved here actually. And I was amazed already back then that you could, sit in a room together with, I think it was like 1,000 or 2,000 people that shared the same interests, the same kind of passion around these kind of things. I think I went home after that event to my mom and actually said that, one day I want to organize this event. So in 2008, I was recruited full-time to DreamHack to kind of spearhead the esport development that we have done now and transform DreamHack from not only being an event, but also an esport company. It's tons of preparations, obviously. We have an entire team planning it for months, full time, but also our crew of 800 people. We have special sessions going into the event where we sit down with each and every team and plan each component in the event. Arranging festivals like DreamHack is actually about some core things. Obviously, the network infrastructure, you have to have a proper network in place to have all participants satisfied during the entire event. And the other part is obviously electricity. So I think it's about these basic needs for a LAN party you have to cover first before you actually go into the more advanced stuff, adding content and activities and all the fun stuff. Because in the end of the day, visitors at DreamHack need to be able to use their computer the entire event. So I think that's critical. I think we have done a lot of mistakes at DreamHack. Obviously, the event have been around for, 26 years or something. And there's been, massive blackouts. I think one event we almost destroyed the electricity entire Borlänge. Another event we didn't have network switches when people arrived to the halls and stuff like this. So you learn by the mistakes, and I think it's easy to forget about the easy things when you develop these events. It's easy to forget kind of the basic needs or the basic infrastructure you need to host an event like this. I think the most important part within DreamHack is actually our DreamHack crew that help out hosting these massive festivals. We have around 3,000 volunteers globally and around 800 volunteers just in Sweden helping out with the event. And many of them is taking vacation from their real jobs to help out during the event. And they have been a very important part to grow DreamHack. These people is going to DreamHack as a big family, helping out with specific tasks and also obviously enjoy the event. And for us, it's been a very important piece to grow this event together with them. So many people have been supporting and helping out for over 10 years. One part of the success is actually that all of the people helping out with DreamHack is from this event from the beginning. Either you're a participant or you are a crew member, or maybe you have been here with a booth with your company first, and then you have joined either as a full-time employee or starting to help out as a crew. And I think all of us, we are gamers, by heart, and we're really into this because we're gamers and want to build DreamHack based on what we want to see from an event. I think a very important aspect is that each and every crew member, but also every team have opportunity to shape their part of the event. I think that's the most critical item to keep your crew, but also be able to give feedback and improve the certain areas that they are responsible for. Obviously, every crew member also have access to our crew area and food and all those even massage back behind the scenes. So I think creating conditions for crew to come back and feel that they have a good time, and also we're hosting, for example, parties between the events and activities between the massive festivals. The DreamHack crew is organized almost like in a military way. So it's an admin on the top, and then it's team admins overseeing different teams that consist of different groups, where you also have group admins. So admin is the key word here. That's like a leader or so. So consisting of the admin in the top, team admins, and then group admins taking care of the different components. And that structure is very important, obviously, to keep the entire crew together under one structure. Even if DreamHack would, disappear one day, go bankrupt or something, I think DreamHack crew would probably come back and host the event anyway, because we have such a strong family around the DreamHack crew, and many of them are experts at running these kind of events. So it's a lot of social connections in that crew, and many of them is also bringing their friends to the event. So it's a super important family atmosphere inside that DreamHack crew. I think every event is about obviously keeping the good parts, but still always add new activities and new themes. And you have to test and iterate from that. I think every event we're testing 2 or 3 new activities and see how it goes, and see how the response is from our visitors, but also our crew, obviously. But overall, I think gaming is kind of one of the strongest cultural movements today. So it's very easy to find new content, new games, new activities that are actually attaching to these cultural movements that we see today. I mean, we have around 50 up to 100 partners for each and every event, and we see DreamHack as obviously a marketplace for all of these different brands. But there is specific sponsors and partners that are not only sponsoring or doing activities, that also help us with the technical infrastructure and the pieces we need. ASUS is one of them, where we obviously get help from them to run our professional tournaments, where you need professional tournament hardware to actually operate these tournaments and meet the demands from the professional players. Someone who understands, and maybe one day I could be your healer. I think DreamHack have amazing potential, actually. I mean, we're today in Europe and North America, but gaming is huge all over the world, in Asia, in Oceania, in Latin America, and we are so excited to actually have the possibility the coming years to bring DreamHack festivals to the entire world. Even during the preparation days, when you enter Hall D and see all the land rows empty, it's actually an amazing feeling still. You can be working 24/7 for a couple of months, but when you enter that hall, you feel that, soon, within a couple of hours, these will be filled with gamers. And obviously on the opening day, opening the doors and see the people running in to get their seats, I think that gives a lot of things back to everyone involved, and everyone feel that you are actually doing something that people cares about. Yeah, there must be something